Hello everyone. In today's guide we'll be talking all about chests. We'll be talking about the basics of a chest, how long they take to open, what you can get from them, and the percentages of what you can get from a chest. We'll also be diving further to find out how the items you get can affect you in a positive or negative way, and if searching chests are worth it at all. Without further delay, let's get right into it. The process of opening a chest will take you 10 seconds in total, and that does not include any travel time to or from the chest. Also, when opening a chest, any progress you make on the chest is saved. And on a map, 3 chests will always spawn at base, and through the use of offerings you can have a minimum of 1 chest and a maximum of 11 chests. In the case that an offering does reduce the amount of chests to 1, that chest will always spawn in the basement. That is the first guaranteed chest to spawn. When opening a chest, the sounds it makes can be heard from 20 meters away. And if you're in the middle of searching a chest and you decide to leave, it will make a loud noise notification if you're holding the run button. But if you are not holding the run button, you can leave right away without making a loud noise notification. And contrary to popular belief, luck has no effect on chests, how many they spawn, or what you get from them. The only thing that luck affects is the unhooking chance and bear trap chance. The first perk we have is Plunderer's Instinct, a common survivor perk. With Plunderer's Instinct, you see all chests within a 32-meter range. And when you finish opening a chest, you get a better chance of getting a higher rarity item. The second perk we have is Pharmacy, a Quentin Smith perk. When opening a chest, you open it 80% faster, and the noises it makes are reduced by 8 meters, making for 12 meters total. And the first time you open a chest, you are guaranteed an emergency medkit, which is the green medkit. The third is Appraisal, an Elodie perk. You start the trial with 3 tokens, and when a chest has already been opened, you're given the option to rummage through it. Rummaging through the chest will let you search for another item. This can only be done to each chest once, and when you're doing the rummaging action, you do it 80% faster. The fourth perk we have is Ace in the Hole, an Ace Visconti perk. When you finish searching a chest, you have a 100% chance to get an add-on from common to very rare attached to it. Then you have a 50% chance of getting a common to uncommon add-on attached to the second slot of the item. Also, when you escape, you keep any add-ons that the item has attached to it. Our fifth perk, Hoarder, is a Twins perk. When survivors start opening a chest, or pick an item off of the ground, within 64 meters of the killer, they reveal their location to the killer. Also, 2 additional chests will spawn in the trial. Since the contents of a chest are decided by whoever finishes opening a chest, if you have a teammate who has either Plunderers, or Ace in the Hole, or any other relevant perk, you can have your other teammates 99 a chest's progress and not finish opening it, so that when a person with the relevant perks does open the chest, it will produce greater items and items with add-ons on them. There are only 4 offerings that affect chests, 2 survivor offerings and 2 killer offerings. The tarnished coin allows 1 more chest to spawn in the environment, while the shiny coin allows 2 more chests. The killer offerings, the scratch coins, prevents 1 chest from appearing, and the cut coin prevents 2 chests from appearing. While there is no official answer from the Dead by Daylight developers on what chances you have on getting each rarity from a chest, the community has come together to do a bunch of test samples and come up with a graph that'll show the rarity of each type of item you can get from a chest, with a default search, and with a Plunderer's Instinct search. This graph right here will help demonstrate what you can get from a chest and what the chances are, and also how beneficial the item can be for you. To start off with, let's look at the bottom row. These are all the common items you can get from a chest, and you can see by the guide that the default chance of getting any common item is 43%. Then, in the brackets, is the chance of getting each item. For example, if you were looking for a common medkit, you would have a 21.5% chance of getting it. And then, to the right of that, is your chances with the perk Plunderer's Instinct equipped. You can see that your chance of getting a brawn item drops to 14%, and the chance of each individual item therefore drops down to 7%. This continues on with each and every rarity, and you'll see some information beside each item, and that will be either in the colors of red, green, or white. The red colors show items that will actually lose you time if you were to get them from a chest, as searching a chest would take 10 seconds, and for example, the yellow toolbox will only save you 6.67 seconds off of a generator, meaning if you were to go and look for a chest and get this item from a chest, you would be at a total time loss, and it wouldn't be worth your time. However though, if you were to search through a chest for 10 seconds and get a yellow medkit, that item can save you 24 seconds, as self-healing will save you 16 seconds, and this yellow medkit will let you heal 1.5 times. The flashlight, however, is more of a situational item, so it'll be up to you to decide if it's worth it. If, for example, you can't use flashlights to get saves, this item wouldn't help you out, and you can consider it a time loss for you. We can also infer a couple more pieces of information from this graph. Most of the time, getting a toolbox out of a chest will not save you more than 10 seconds off of a generator. The only toolbox that will save you more than 10 seconds is the green Commodious toolbox, meaning that a toolbox out of a chest usually is a waste of time. However though, for medkits, all of the medkits will save you time, as a medkit is twice as fast as healing as self-care or being healed by another teammate. And the situational items will depend again on you, but for experienced players who don't usually need maps, they can see that there's a small chance of getting maps, and there's also a smaller chance of getting flashlights, and the chance of getting keys is near minimal. By looking at this graph, we can actually figure out a few key pieces of information that'll help us decide if searching chests is worth it for the player. This example right here will show you the chance you have to get each specific item type, whether it be beneficial in terms of time or not. You can also see the default row with the percentages from the original experiment. However though, the sample size is small and there are some inconsistencies that make that data not very reliable, so I'll just block it out for now. For example, you have a 36.16% chance of getting a medkit, which is labeled as green, as medkits will always save you time. And then you have a 37.16% chance of getting a toolbox that will end up losing you time, and only a 2.66% chance of getting a toolbox that will save you time. Flashlights are in white, as they are a situational item, dependent on the player's skill. Then, by adding up the total amount of items that lose you time, the amount of items that are situational, and the amount of items that will save you time, we can come up with a total percentage that will help you decide if searching a chest is worth it for you. After adding these numbers up, we can see that a basic search will give you a 40% chance of giving you an item that will make you lose time, a 20% chance of giving you a situational item, and a 38% chance of giving you an item that will save you time. Meanwhile, a plunderer search will give you a 32% chance of a time loss item, a 41% chance of a situational item, and a 26.50% chance of a beneficial item. You can see by looking at the default category and the plunderers category that getting a certain item type, the chances go up or down depending on plunderers. For example, by default, you have a higher chance of getting a medkit, but by running Plunderer's Instinct, you have a lower chance of getting a medkit. And you can see specifically with keys and maps that you have a low chance at default and a much higher chance with Plunderer's Instinct. We can actually take this information a lot further. By looking at all the different item types and deciding which item types you can't use well or just don't like, you can add those to either the red zone or to the green zone depending on the situation and come up with your own personal statistics. Say for example I was a newer player and I couldn't use flashlights to blind the killer or to get flashlight saves. If I were to move those over to the red category, my new search statistics become a 54% chance at getting a time loss item, a 5% chance of getting a situational item, as those would only include keys and maps from now, and a 38% chance of getting an item that will save me time. You can also move items around however you want. Say for example, I was running Streetwise and Built to Last, I could move some of the toolboxes over to the green category, as they would start saving me more time now, more than 10 seconds of a search. Or if I was running, say, Self-Care and Botany Knowledge and didn't want to get a medkit from a chest, I could move those over to the red category and come up with the statistics just for myself. By looking at this chart and figuring out what items are beneficial to you and what items are not beneficial to you, you can come up with your own statistics and find out if searching chests in a match is beneficial for you, or if it's more often than not a waste of time. For example, for myself, I don't get a lot of use out of maps, as I have a lot of the maps in the game already memorized in terms of their general spawns, and I don't get a lot of use out of keys as I try to get my teammates to survive before I start looking for keys. So more often than not, me searching through chests ends up usually being a waste of time. And I prefer to bring my own items, as I can bring in the items, save myself some time, without having to go and look for a chest. If you have the option to, I would bring an item to every match before searching a chest. Even if it's a basic toolbox or a basic medkit, it will save you some time in one way, without having to spend the 10 seconds and looking for chests on the map. All in all, I would say that searching chests usually isn't beneficial enough to warrant the time searching for it, traveling to it, and looking for chests, but there are certain situations in which it's a good time to search chests. If, for example, your team is winning very hard and by a lot, you can take a moment, take a breather, and search some chests. Also, if it's the end game, the exit gates are open, and you know your teammates are safe, you may as well grab an item and run out with it. And if you're the last survivor alive and the hatch is closed, or you don't think you can find the hatch before the killer can, you can always search a chest and hope for a key. But in regular gameplay, I would not suggest searching for chests, as more often than not, you won't save a lot of time just by searching them, and it would be much, much better to just bring an item to the match and save the travel time and save the time opening the chest by using that item and just go for generators. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something new, and if you did, share this with someone else who might learn something from it. And keep a watch on my channel, as I'll be uploading more guides like this in the future.